Oh my god, you guys. I would say the theme of this week is, besides betrayal, which is like a constant theme, dirty little lies. I think as the American people, it's safe to say that we're all kind of used to being betrayed, but not quite so royal. Let's start with my favorite news story of the week, possibly of the year. Taylor Swift and Kanye West, and now Kim Kardashian West by proxy. I can't even tell you guys how happy this celebrity beef makes me. It just brings this like extra kick of joy into my life. Like, I don't want to say that someone else's misfortune would ever make me happy, but it does. So many moons ago, Kanye interrupted T.Swift on stage accepting, I think it was a VMA, right? Totally embarrassed. He basically went up there and called her out, called the system out, said Beyonce deserved the award, which is honestly true. Now, all these years later, this drama between the two of them has just sort of lingered, and it's gotten worse in the last year. Kanye released The Life of Pablo, I think in January, and his track Famous has a line in there about Taylor Swift that she didn't like. He says, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous. I made that bitch famous. So, as usual, Taylor Swift's team made Kanye out to be the bully, that he didn't consult her about the song, anything. On Sunday, aka the best day of my life, Kim Kardashian Snapchatted a video recording a phone call between two people. Kanye West was on the phone with Taylor Swift, reading her the lyrics and asking her permission for using those lyrics. Taylor Swift was laughing about it, thanking him for asking her permission, being really, really overly sweet, and said it was fine. Taylor Swift got pissed off, wrote a note on her phone, and then Instagrammed the note, like defending herself. Basically being like, I would very much like to be excluded from this narrative. And I'm just like, oh. Accusing Kanye of, what was it? Character assassination. And I'm like, bitch, that is all you do. That is what your career. Act like you're above character assassination. That is what you do. Every time you pick up your stupid guitar and write a fucking song, that's character assassination. That's why I loathe her. I loathe her. Because it's not like she just lied about this one thing. Like, her entire image is a facade. She's a liar. You could say that about Beyonce. You could say that about a lot of really, really famous faces out there. But it just feels so different with her. Her brand is to be your best friend. Like, she wants you to feel like she's your friend. And I feel like she's a motherfucking bitch. So I just think it's so funny because she keeps playing this, like, innocent card. But you're not innocent anymore. You're like a 26-year-old adult. So Team Kimye all the way. Like, without a doubt, obviously. Oh, also, side note, also, like, Twitter absolutely blew up when this happened, and like all the celebrities took their like respective sides. You know, like Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, like all those bitches like took their respective sides. And then Chloe Grace Moretz stepped in again. Chloe Grace Moretz is a really interesting person to me because she has a lot to say about feminism, but I don't know who the fuck she is. I just feel like Chloe Grace Moretz is like the only person that's like writing Yelp reviews at this point. Like, don't you feel like she's the only person? I just feel like she's like kind of a fruit fly. She's like a cultural fruit fly. You know what I mean? Like, she won't really go away. She's not like big enough to do anything. So Chloe Grace Moretz is pissed at the Kardashians because like any excuse. Now Khloe Kardashian's coming after her and I'm like, oof. I'm gonna say I really do appreciate a 19-year-old like being so strong-willed and like being able to make these statements. So like, bravo. But just like go away. Just go away. Like, you're so sweet, you're so young. Just go away. Mind your own business. Mind your own fucking business. So next, the Republican National Convention is currently going down. Oh my God, you guys. Melania Trump gave a speech a couple days ago. It was almost identical to Michelle Obama's speech a few years. Basically the same exact paragraph from Michelle Obama's Democratic National Convention speech in 2008.
To work hard for them. Because we want our children in this nation to know that the only limit to your achievements is the...
Just like, how the fuck do you think you could get away with something like this in 2016? Like, in what fucking... We're living in colonial times and you can just like steal somebody's scroll and read it at an event and then they'll think it's your fucking scroll. Like, it's... I think the craziest thing about this is like, people are still gonna vote for Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Like, it's like diehard Trump fans probably thought that was like really funny. That she completely stole Michelle Obama's speech. They probably thought it was like super smart of her. I think the worst thing about this is Melania Trump is a lazy, rich bitch. And she stole a speech. She stole a speech about putting in the work, and she didn't put in the fucking work. Like, she just hands down did not put in the work. So, like, this is our potential first lady. So basically, the theme of the week so far is privileged women lying to me, and I don't like it. And for people that are like, this is not a racial thing, like it's just a moral thing, you are so beyond wrong, it's not even funny. If it's not, it wasn't Melania Trump's team's intent to do that, to make it racial. It is 100% now racial. Because I promise you, if the situation were reversed, if Michelle stole Melania's speech, it would not go down like this. So T.Swift is a dirty liar. Melania Trump is a dirty thief. Next. So there's a new epidemic sweeping the nation. Actually sweeping the entire world at this rate. PokemonGo. So there's like a new updated, revamped Pokemon game that is now mobile. You can play it anywhere. I've never played it myself. I've never really been a fan of Pokemon. I understand like why it's fun. It's just, it was never really my thing. Like, collected rocks. Like, I collected pretty rocks when I was a kid. And I wouldn't trade them. I would just like put them all on my desk and like look at them. So like with this game, basically you're out in the world. It's supposed to get people out of the house. So you're like walking around catching Pokemon like on your... Like, you guys, it's getting a little OD. Like, you have to admit, y'all are acting a little crazy right now. Like, walking into funerals because there's a Pokemon there that they need to catch. And I'm just like, what? I'm like scared to drive because I'm like about to hit people like constantly because they're like holding their phones up, like looking for these Pokemon. Is it necessary to catch all of them? And how many exactly is all of them? Like, you catch them, you train them at the gym, and then like what do? Do you like set them free, or do you just like keep them and like look at them? Do you think it's really cool that people are using it like a dating app? Like, that's pretty fun. Like, if you're gonna get some, then like, tagline could be like, catch them all, but don't catch anything else. It's like stressful. Okay, how about like, what about like the Pokestops? Like, it could be like Poke/Pokestop. Now I'm thinking like, trying to think of like dirty Pokemon names. Pikachu? So I'm willing to shadow a Pokemaster for a day and just see what it's all about. Cause like, I don't want to hate. Like, I just think that anything that completely makes people disappear into their phones is a little trouble. Like, I'm addicted to Snapchat. So like, Snapchat makes me disappear into my phone a little bit. So Pokemon might be that for a lot of people. I know that there's like a bunch of conspiracy theories that Pokemon Go is being used to distract people. I'm not saying that's true or not. I will say on my end, it kind of more just looks like people want to be distracted given the circumstances in the world. If you want to play a game, you should play the hell out of that game. Like, you shouldn't change your life. But, like, can you guys just, like, please stop walking into my car? Like, I'm a little worried. Life and your safety is much more important than staring at your phone to get a little Pikachu, if you know what I mean.